In this video, I will show you one of the patients living with type 2 diabetes and staring down the possibility of dialysis achieved something extraordinary: complete remission from chronic kidney disease, CKD, and a GFR increase of 45 points. Yes, you heard that right, 45 points. The foundation of every successful holistic treatment always comes back to one thing: diet. Today, I'll share with you the simplest, most effective, and easiest to follow dietary plan I've ever encountered. It's the exact protocol that helped this patient who was dealing with type 2 diabetes, proteinuria, hypertension, hyperphosphatemia, and stage 3 CKD transform his health. In less than 5 months, his GFR doubled from 45 to 90. But that's not all. His proteinuria completely reversed, with his ACR dropping from 44.3 to 26.8 milligrams per g. To put it in perspective, he went from being in the red zone worrying about dialysis to the green zone planning his next holiday trip. And the best part? You can do this too. Stay tuned, because I'm about to reveal the exact blueprint that made this life-changing recovery possible. So, how did this patient manage such an incredible kidney recovery? The answer lies in the diet you're looking at right now. This isn't theory, this is his actual diet, published together with his medical data. And today, we're going to break it down step by step. There's one simple tweak that turned this diet into a game changer, and once you see it, you'll understand how it produced results most doctors would call impossible. Let's start with the basics. These are the encouraged foods, meaning you should load up on them daily until your kidneys start thanking you. We're talking vegetables, potatoes, whole grains, fruits, flax seeds, and chia seeds, the kinds of foods that make your body breathe a sigh of relief. Take his breakfast, for example, oatmeal with fruit and flaxseed. Simple, powerful, and honestly one of my all-time favorites. I eat it almost every day myself. Why? Because oatmeal doesn't just fill you up, it changes your lab results. Daily oats literally pull excess cholesterol out of your bloodstream while helping balance blood sugar and fight diabetes. And here's the best part: there are different ways to enjoy them. Rolled oats are my go-to because they're quick, easy, and effective. Steel-cut oats are even less processed, which is fantastic nutritionally, but they do take about 30 minutes to cook. Overnight oats are another great option. You just soak rolled oats with your choice of milk, fruit, and seeds overnight. This method preserves certain heat-sensitive vitamins, like B vitamins, giving you an extra boost. So, which one is best? Honestly, they're all great, just avoid instant oats with added sugar and preservatives. And whatever version you choose, make sure to top it with flax meal. Like oats, flax is a staple in a proper renal diet because of its anti-inflammatory powers. Few things make me happier than seeing simple foods translate into better lab results, and flax meal is one of those superstars. When it came to fruit, this man's diet had no forbidden fruits. That's right, nothing was off limits. He simply ate whatever was fresh and in season. And honestly, that makes sense. Who wants to chase down a mango in the middle of winter? Now, if you're managing diabetes, it's smart to focus on fruits that are naturally lower in calories but still packed with nutrition. One of my absolute favorites is watermelon. I love it so much that when it's in season, I buy it like it's about to disappear forever. The beauty of watermelon is that you can enjoy a giant slice guilt-free. Despite its sweetness, it doesn't wreak havoc on blood sugar. In fact, our patient literally reversed his diabetes while eating fruit daily, including watermelon. How's that possible? It comes down to what's inside. Watermelon is mostly water, rich in fiber, vitamins, and loaded with lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that supports both heart and kidney health. Pro tip: eat it before meals. It works like nature's dessert, helping you fill up on the good stuff while leaving less room for junk food. That's why, even though this patient had diabetes and slightly elevated potassium, his diet still included all the watermelon he wanted. Fun fact: in Japan, they even grow square-shaped watermelons. Have you ever tried one? Another fruit worth mentioning is the prickly pear. Sweet, refreshing, and just about 30 calories per 100 grams, it's nutritional gold. Beyond being light and tasty, prickly pears have medicinal benefits too. They help reduce fat buildup in the liver, especially in people with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD. Since NAFLD often goes hand in hand with diabetes, eating prickly pears can ease the burden on the liver and, by extension, your kidneys, which definitely don't enjoy pulling overtime. Now, let's talk about another fruit that's both diabetes-friendly and in season right now: the peach. If watermelon comes in at 30 calories per 100 grams, peaches clock in at just 39. To put that into perspective, bananas pack around 100 calories per 100 grams, and avocados nearly 160. That means peaches have less than half the calories of bananas and only a quarter of avocados, all while being juicy, sweet, and refreshing. But here's where it gets interesting: peaches aren't just low-calorie treats. They actually help lower angiotensin too, a hormone that raises blood pressure. In other words, peaches work a little like nature's ARBs, a common blood pressure drug, but without the laundry list of side effects. Even better, they contain compounds that reduce insulin resistance, helping blood sugar control at its root. So yes, they taste sweet, but behind the scenes, they're busy fighting diabetes, protecting your kidneys, and supporting your heart. That's why our patient was able to stop diabetes in its tracks without even needing a strict, calorie-restricted diet. Now, here's the real kicker: in this kidney-saving diet, what he avoided turned out to be even more important than what he ate. Remember, this is the diet that improved his GFR by 45 points. That's not just recovery, that's a comeback so dramatic it deserves its own theme music. Of course, there are the obvious forbidden foods: meat, dairy, refined flours, candy, cookies, sodas, sugary drinks, all gone. But here's the twist: none of those were the real secret to his turnaround. In fact, he managed to get off insulin in just 4 days, yes, days, not months, and ditched a cabinet full of meds almost overnight. So let's play detective. Which of these no-no foods was the real game changer? Was it cutting out sugary sodas? Refined flour? The answer might surprise you, because the true culprit is hiding in plain sight. Alright, let's get back to the diet that added 45 GFR points and erased proteinuria in a patient battling diabetes, high blood pressure, and CKD. As I mentioned, he cut out high-protein and high-phosphorus foods, along with added fats, sugary snacks, and drinks. But here's the real secret to his diabetes turnaround: it wasn't just avoiding sugar. If you look closely at the limit column, the orange box, you'll notice that foods with natural sweeteners like maple syrup or fruit juice were still allowed. So how on earth did this man lose 60 pounds without portion control or starving himself? The answer is simple: he completely eliminated added pure fats. Oils, butter, margarine gone. And that one change acted like a cheat code for weight loss and insulin sensitivity. Here's why: 200 calories of melon looks like a king's feast. 200 calories of oil? Just a spoonful. Your stomach doesn't measure calories, it measures fullness. So when you trade fatty, calorie-dense foods for water-rich, nutrient-rich ones, you feel satisfied while naturally eating fewer calories. That's why this approach works so well for weight loss and diabetes control. Think of it this way, your body knows when you've eaten a plate of fresh fruit, but it has no idea what to do with a greasy tablespoon of oil except clog up your arteries. This is the simple trick, and it almost always delivers amazing results. Keyword, almost. What if nothing works for weight loss? Let's talk about the ultimate diabetes nightmare. You're doing everything right: plant-based diet, no sugar, no fried foods, no added fats, no refined flour, and still, the only thing getting lighter is your patience. And yes, this does happen. I've even seen people on Ozempic who still can't drop a single pound. Worse yet, I once had a patient whose doctor flat out refused further treatment unless they lost weight first. Someone said, "I've been on a plant-based diet for 3 months. No sugar, no fried foods, no added fats, no processed grains, and I haven't lost a single pound. What's wrong with me?" And what did their doctor say? Basically, well, if you're not trying hard enough, don't expect me to help you. Because, blame shifting is apparently the latest medical breakthrough. When exactly did blame the patient become part of the Hippocratic Oath? I knew they had CKD, so instead of asking what they were eating, my first question was, how high is your PTH level? And no, I didn't ask the patient, I asked their labs. This part is critical. If you have CKD and you're struggling to lose weight, listen closely. High PTH, parathyroid hormone, often means your thyroid isn't functioning properly. And in CKD patients, that's incredibly common because CKD itself drives it. When your thyroid slows down, so does everything else: your metabolism, your energy, and your chances of fitting into those favorite genes again. So if your PTH is elevated, it's like your body hit the pause button on weight loss. Welcome to the CKD weight loss funhouse, where nothing makes sense and every mirror makes you look like a potato. But here's the good news: it's not your fault, it's your thyroid. Which brings me to 2 key takeaways. If you have kidney disease, always get your thyroid checked, especially if your phosphate levels are high. Thyroid issues are treatable. Medications like levothyroxine can make a world of difference. And don't assume your doctor already checked. Studies show that up to 60% of CKD patients with thyroid problems never get diagnosed. So if thyroid issues can hide in plain sight, just imagine what else CKD could be messing up while your doctor isn't even looking. That's why you need to take control of your own health. Don't wait around, because not every story ends like the one I shared in today's video. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. God bless you all and ciao.